It's 8:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or about 10:38 in Japan in the morning. For those of my Japanese friends watching in Japan, hello. I am going to resume my main scenario quest here, the current main scenario quest. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm also waiting for a bit of a duty finder. I'm trying to raise my item level. My item level here, let's see. My item level is 378. I think I was told to try to bring that up to 390, so I have to do these. And the fastest way I know to get the tokens that I need is to do these, the Praetorium and Castrum Meridinium. They give 300 each, so I'm waiting for that, but it's kind of slow. So here we go. We are going to resume the main story quest. So next we will go to talk to Gosetsu and Tsuyu. Elphinoid informs you that a letter has arrived from Lord Heian, and after he helpfully summarizes its content, you glean that your presence is required at the Dolman Enclave. Tataru Doli promises to mind the fort while you are away, and as you prepare to leave with Elphinaud and Alazel, you pause to wonder what will unfold across the Ruby Sea. A declaration of peace between Doma and the Empire, or an all too predictable return to hostilities. So here we go. Let's go visit. I guess over here. Where is this place? I guess this is the closest. Oops. Fly this way, Chocobo. Okay. 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 Should be around here somewhere. Behind me. Oh, the other way. Here we go. We're here. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Here are my pals. Alphinaud. We know the broad strokes from his letter, but I would hear the details of our Domon friends' progress from Lord Hien himself. How was it? Ever since he drained our coffers dry buying that sword, Alphinaud has had his purse strings in a death grip. I can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending. Wow. Alright, Lord Hien. Ah, I see my letter reach you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Of course. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear. And despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Oh? Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I'd imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We'll visit him at once. Penguina, Alizel, shall we?
Open wide now.
Uh-oh.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
I grew weary taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
A persimmon.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
We are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
No? What? What?
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you, this is not...
Look at Penguina. Oh my gosh.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
You stink. Ah. It's got a scar
Look at all
in
these
there.
scars. There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
Uh-oh.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
Fuss over indeed. They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Oh, 1 second. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have decided them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events! I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains, he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She has taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the worldliest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me and everyone else, I would hazard. But, Hien, before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she as good as fastened the chains around their necks. Which is why I mean to conclude this business with Yotsuyu first, out of sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Yeah, what's next? Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Yotsuyu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as accepting Gosetsu's affection for her. The skiff will take us to our meeting with the ambassador. We will join you at the docks once preparations have been made. Can you imagine Yotsuyu playing with bowls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. What? What? But the Guardians will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak. But it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know, I think. Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami help me. No good can come of this. You know what? I'm gonna get the healing coffer for my white mage. Since I already have, I think, the aiming coffer. Without Tsuyu, I cannot see how the prisoner exchange, or indeed the peace process at large, can proceed. We have to find her, and soon. Her memory must have returned. Why else would she run? Staked? Bonzao. What is this stuff? A traditional Nagsian dish consisting of meat and vegetables swaddled in a thin shell of crispy fried batter. Emma Datshi. Rich oozing cheese complementing the seething bite of an infernal hot pepper in this Azim step stable. Tofu pancakes. The adding of tofu results in a light fluffy pancake that is cherished by families across Doma. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me. But I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We're at your service, Lord Heian. Now, as before, let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we have learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphinoid, if you would take the road to Castrum Flumin, Flu, Fluminis. Penguina, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us aboard the skiff and hope the kami smile upon our efforts. Ah, and crossed already? Okay. So let's see where we're supposed to go. I guess around there. Namazu, look out. Little catfish. Gyo-san. Gyo-san. Look at this guy. Little catfish with the big bell. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, yes. If there is anything you care to know, you need only a pale-skinned woman. I have seen no such traveler. I am sorry to say, most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namatsu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Well, not very useful. Who's this little guy? Gyoi. Oh, I don't want to do a triple triad challenge. Gyofu. I'll have you know that in all of Yuzuka Manor, none is more knowledgeable about the value of things than I. Nobody, no one. If you wish to gauge the worth of something, you need only to come and show it to me. Yes, yes. Merchant and Mender. Level 64, huh? And repair our gear over here. Giltai. Giltai. We were just discussing what might make a good gift for the people of Namai. I believe a vase would do quite nicely. Yes, yes. Oh. Let's see. Everybody's Gil something. Gyoku. Gyo-en. Gyoshu. Let's talk to Gyo-en. All the Namatsu here are quite civilized, very dignified, very sophisticated. The bells you see at our necks are proof enough of that. Gyoshu. You wouldn't worry for your safety within the walls. No. The Namazu here are civilized. We would never attack man. Gyoboku. You are aware that we, Namazu, can read and write, yes? Quite literate, quite smart. And I have the finest writing of all here in Yazuka Manor. I just wanted to share that with you. Wow, thank you. Alright. What is this one? What is this one doing? It's like playing dead. Alright, here we go. Kyoku. Unusually pale skin. Yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction for the most part. Her step did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. Looks like over there. Okay, let's do it with Chocobo. Oh, look at this. Enemies. Maybe she's stuck over here somewhere. Oh, destination, there we go. You see no signs of Yotsuyu to the north. Perhaps she is somewhere farther off to the northeast. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she is yet farther to the northeast. There we go. What is this? They're trying to eat me. Is that her? that her? I don't think that's her. Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground, a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. North, huh? Bamboo hat. A cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. Uh-oh. Why the big shadow? Penguina, before you asked, our search of Kusakari and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught. Save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alizel has gone to assist her brother at the Castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly after. How did you fare at the Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Towards Namai by the kami. If the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yogiri and I will check the paddles. The village square is yours. I mean the patties, rice patties. Huh? Oh, there she is.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Oh, she wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Uh-oh.
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you!
Here, there's no need to cry.
Persimmon.
Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
That's right, she's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma.
Tsuyu.
I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Boy, that news is gonna spread fast. What should I get? Gone like the morning dew. I guess I could take the pancake for my white mage. I don't really need spell speed. Skill speed, yes. Critical hit. I'll take this. Or that. Or this. Issei. I can't forget what that woman did to us, but I won't do anything to upset Azami. I am not scared of her, not anymore. All of this, over a persimmon. I fail to consider how she might endanger herself, knowing she has the mind of a child. I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. I don't know why everyone is so angry, but I got the fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. Fruits of her labor. Hien's face is a picture of relief. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remained oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of the Gosetsu which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Ha. And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we certainly have taken the long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminis and our meeting with the ambassador. Elfnoid and Alazel should still be there, conducting their search. Where are we going? Over there. Okay. I guess Chocobo is the fastest way to do it. Lord Hien informs us of the uproar at Namai. Thank the 12 you found Yotsuyu when you did. I dare not think of what might have happened had you not. The Imperial airship has arrived. Whether our conscripts are aboard remains to be seen. I was sure Yotsuyu has fled, but It seems her memory hasn't returned at all. How foolish of me not to consider Gosetsu's craving for seasonal fruit. Do we have to stay here long? He'll be waiting for his fruit. It seems our imperial guests have already arrived. 'Tis time to meet with the ambassador.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Oh, sounds like trouble.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Persimmon.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yogiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Elfinord. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. I suppose Tsuyu is to become an official Domon citizen, but what then? Would they keep her hidden here forever? Or might she one day be allowed to walk amongst her countrymen? So, it would seem there will be one less prisoner at the exchange. I only hope Yotsuyu's presence here will not present further problems. We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the Castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Gone?
Uh-oh.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Help! Help! Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered.
Oh no.
He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
It's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu! A font of misery! You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine! I don't deserve this!
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
No.
Please. I don't want to die.
Any sign of her? What happened here? I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Oh boy. So Asahi got his way in the end, and at an unspeakable price. He really is a vile little worm, isn't he? Yotsuyu hid her recovery well. I had no inkling that her memory had returned. I keep asking myself when it could have happened. At the meeting with her parents, perhaps? But why then was she... Nay, there is naught to be gained from such conjecture. So, Yotsuyu has returned to the blossom of the Empire, after all. I cannot say I am surprised, but what I struggle with, fathom Asahi's aim in all of this. We have recovered the nearest remain, and will hold the cremation in on. With that, they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. Conscripts and contingencies. So, my friends, that which we fear has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the imperial fold. It is, by any measure, a cruel twist, not least for Gosetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the Guardian's hand should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted, and that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before this meeting begins. A wise precaution. If the main structure of Castrum Fluminis is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel has stood empty ever since the imperial withdrawal, while we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force. It is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Pray allow me to join you. I have some experience of imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be of at least some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate sekboon, on the other hand, would require only a single run and leave us far less vulnerable on the water, assuming, of course, Rasho can be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I've had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. And I wouldn't be alone, will I, Penguina? I suppose not. Well, that was enthusiastic. Were you hoping to join Yugiri and Alphanoi on their skulking mission by any chance? I am certain you will make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with the common brigands. Come now, Yugiri. They stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Alphanoi and I shall be about our task. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasho may take some convincing. In my mind, Yotsuyu is deserving of only one fate. Memory loss be damned. And if you don't have the stones for it, we would be happy to take on the burden. It would be over nice and swift. Rasho. Now, there is a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble lord of Doma into the company of bilge rats such as we? If you come to offer Doma chains in place of Garlean ones, then I'm afraid you wasted a trip. Ha 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 ha. And what fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration effort would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you, and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. And I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you said, seems a bit lopsided to me. Where is the profit for us in all of this? Profit? Must you always think of such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You'll find we are simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Deny us our due, and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. Calm yourself, Mistress Alazale. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army, and as you may aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. The losses we suffer at the Galleon's hands were no secret, but since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and undoubtedly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well. The Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she has yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below, but when you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming around the hole and check for weaknesses, that is, if Doman lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this Doman lord. If we inspect a third of the ship, it shall be done in a thrice. That's the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Ikhan Nashi. And I thought I had the knack for parlaying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was a unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit when I was ahead. Ha 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 ha. Well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. Inspect the hull. You see just no signs of damage here. Upon closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks. Are we done? And they couldn't do them themselves. Report. Hi, I'm the shipwright, or apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention? The section I inspected seemed solid enough. On the port side, near the bow, you say, "Alright, I'll have a look to see what I can do." My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in the gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I am happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. You're Lord Ian. The captain sent you to inspect the hull? Kami have mercy. Forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. Ha, it's quite alright. I rather enjoyed it. I take it that you are Doma? You are of Doma? Yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they are releasing the conscripts now, and perhaps my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There is no leaving once you join. How fares Our Lady? Is she worthy? Captain, we found a small crack in the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. I see you met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he is nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts, as he hoped, I mean to give him the choice of leaving this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I have heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with king and homeland. Is that their oath? Is that oath so easily put aside? If I allow it, I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot. But he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there's a life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more, be it in Yansha or out on the Ruby Sea. We have a duty to ensure that Ishanshi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. Well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let us return to the Enclave. As a former soldier of the Empire, I have been chosen to oversee the handover of our Imperial prisoners. While I am so occupied, I must ask you provide steadfast support for Lord Hien. The Castrum was deserted, quite deserted. It was a simple matter to provide the surest path out, hence our swiftness. We found the Castrum's tower unoccupied and betraying no signs of recent activity. Only shadows and echoes awaited us there. Alphinaud seemed oddly reluctant to linger, but I saw naught to concern us. Alphinaud tells me they had little trouble finding a suitable route out of the Castrum, but he won't say much more than that. If I didn't know better, I would think he is hiding something, though I can't imagine what. It seems Yoguri and Alphinaud completed their tasks before us. They have been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. From now we have but to attend the exchange and pray to the Kami. These precautions were unnecessary. The primary agreement. Han is ready to proceed with the prisoner exchange. While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Hakuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the Castrum. It sure is a lot of running around. Thank goodness she's not afraid of heights. No matter what Asahi throws at us, we cannot let that monster have his way. With that, we had some hint as to the ambassador's intentions. Had we not prepared for the worst, I should be wary of going through with this at all. The tower rather spoils the view across the river, does it not? I concede we might perhaps have chosen a less ominous place to conduct the exchange. What tower is that? That one there? My only concern is the safe return of our people. That is what my lord wishes, and that is what shall be done. Don't worry about the ship. It will be where it needs to be, and with Tansui at the helm. Your party is assembled then? Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion now, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yoguri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home. Then, all stands ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion, welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Uh-oh.
Yotsuyu.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai. And acting Viceroy of Dorma! You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish!
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting Viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
Uh-oh, is she summoning something?
What has she done? Oh gods, this is a summoning.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
A dormant citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
Ah, slime ball.
But Ambassador! Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
A strategic withdrawal.
Spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I have become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty?
Tsukuyomi.
I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail.
Wow.
Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fated dawn. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Ooh, Castrum Fluminis. Now accessible. My goodness. I think this might be a good place to stop my streaming, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I will have to prepare, maybe do a party finder to do this fight. The primary agreement: use the duty finder to confront Tsukuyomi in Castrum Fluminis. Okay, thank you all for watching. Thank you for either watching it live or thank you for watching it in replay. This will be the next stream. I guess we'll be fighting her. It is now 10:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for watching live or watching the replay. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye now.